Number one is please no smoking of anything in the boat. Number two, for your own safety, I'm going to ask you to please remain seated until we can come back here. The last thing, not to keep your body parts, because as you guys can see right here, we do have close to all the boat just to keep it on the safe side. Try to keep your body parts inside the green bag. Other than that, I do carry plenty of life jackets up front for everybody. The average depth of the river here is about 3 to 4 feet deep.
Okay.
It's called the San Antonio River, which is a national river that comes from the northern part of our county, I should say city, and it goes south to the Gulf of Mexico. The total length of the San Antonio River is about 240 miles in length. I'll talk a little bit more about the river as we go along here. First, I'm going to go around this little lagoon. This is called the River Center Mall Lagoon. You guys may already have been here and shopping and all that. The mall opened here in 1988. And as you guys can see, the city also extended the San Antonio River into this lagoon here. Usually, the stores stay open here until about 9:30 at night, and the restaurants about 11. They have here an IMAX theater, and most of the time they also have through the evenings some music, live music playing here. So pretty nice place to come and visit here, what we call the River Center Mall. July is July the 8th, if I'm not mistaken. Boy, this year is going fast, guys. We only have, what, 6 more months? No. Yeah. No, 5, right? 5. In the case, July is almost, well, almost 1/3 gone. More or less. Pretty amazing. We are leaving behind this part of the river walk, and we're going to start making a loop until we come back here. We're going to come back here to finish. But the last place we're going to visit tonight is going to be the convention center of our city. San Antonio began back in the year of 1718 by a group of 26 families that came from the Canary Islands, Spain. They settled here on the banks of the river. We used to have an old mission called Mission Madero, which eventually was called the Alamo. If you guys don't mind to look right here on the right side or in the sidewalk, you're going to see a bronze statue. This bronze statue is San Antonio, or San Anthony of Padua. San Antonio was born in Portugal and he died in Padua, Italy. This statue was a gift to the city by Portugal in 1968. They named the city after him back in the year of 1718, and the river was given the name of San Antonio River on June 13 of 1691 by a Spanish priest that came through here. His name was Father Damian Mazanet. So both the city and the river named after San Antonio. And also, if you guys lose anything or you want to find something, all you have to do is pray to San Antonio, and he'll help you find whatever you lost. I even was told the other day that you can find love by praying to San Antonio of Padua. So I have a bunch of candles light up at my house. I'm trying to be funny. You're going to see the steeple, the top of St. Joseph Catholic Church, which usually once a month they have a special mass at the church. When the whole mass is done in German. This church was built by the German community of San Antonio. They opened the doors back in 1868. It's called St. Joseph Catholic Church, 1868. Very nice show, right? St. Joseph? Yeah. For the commerce of the city of San Antonio, they're very helpful. They can help you find information about the city and the surrounding area. Chamber of Commerce. gonna take a left turn right here, and we're gonna start making a loop. And we'll go back to here to finish the tour by visiting the convention center. This restaurant, the restaurant that you guys see in front of you guys in the middle of the river, it's called Casa Rio. Casa Rio is out in the river. He opened in 1946. And he actually has been owned by the same family. He opened in 1946. Casa Rio restaurant.
Check out this book. One out here.
The San Antonio River makes a natural loop here in the downtown, and then it continues south all the way to the Gulf of Mexico. It's about 240 miles per day. You guys see this building right here? On my left side with the little square room? This is called the Hilton Palacio de Rio Hotel. This hotel opened here in 1968. It was done in 202 days, which is about 7.5 months. This hotel, guys, is in the World Guinness Book of Records for the fastest ever built hotel in the United States in 1968. 202 days. They built a hotel that built it with Lego. The little square rooms you guys see on top of my head, about 500 of them were done 8 miles from here. Everything was put inside the little square room. Electricity, plumbing, beds, carpet, TV, painting, even the linen. After they were done, they brought here in flatbed trucks, and with the help of big old cranes, the rooms were stacked on top of each other like Legos. 202 days into the Hilton Palacio de Rio Hotel. It was done by a local company called S.C. Zachary. Then you guys can see a YouTube video of how this hotel, the Hilton, was done in 1968. And right here to your left, this is the old historical neighborhood of our city. We call it La Vichita, Little Village. Began back in the 1700s as a military outpost. La Villita nowadays is what they call an artisan community. They have gallery shop restaurants. As part of this La Villita complex, right here is the beautiful Art Nelson River Theater opened in 1941. Tonight they're going to have some music and dancing here, guys, and mariachis at 8:30, beginning at 8:30. But you do have to buy tickets to come to the show here. This is called the Art Nelson River Theater. Let me ask you guys a question. Anyone here remember seeing the movie Mrs. Congeniality with Sandra Bullock by any chance?
Yeah.
Right here on my right. And this stage, they filmed part of the movie. This is when they filmed the swimming suit contest of Mrs. Congeniality with Sandra Bullock back in the year 2000. So this is part of where they filmed that very popular movie, Mrs. Congeniality. A lot of history to the beautiful city of San Antonio. We got 5 missions in the city. The San Antonio missions were built by the Spaniards along the rivers, beginning back in the 1700s. The missions lasted until the end of the 1700s, at which point the King of Spain closed the missions throughout the United States. On my right here, on my right side is the latest museum we have here called the Briscoe Western Art Museum. Check out the sculpture on my right, guys. The sculpture on my right is called a Mexican vaquero, a Mexican cowboy, taking the Longhorns into the Briscoe. And in case you guys are wondering what kind of trees are these are cypress. They're called bold cypress trees. They're called bold cypress because during the fall they lose their needles, so they get old, so they call them bold cypress. There you have it. Well, I told you about the missions, right? We got 5 missions in our city. They're in the UNESCO World Heritage List of places. So if you guys have time, please go visit the San Antonio mission. And for those of you guys on my road, they might be looking for the special place to get married or engaged for the first time. Okay. Second time, right here on my right, is a little island with this couple are standing right there. It's called Marriage Island. Notice that the island is made from the roots of the cypress tree with 2 benches right here. Throughout the year, around 300 couples come here to get married, usually on the weekends. I know yesterday I saw one wedding that took place here. The locals believe that if you marry here, it'll get you good luck. A marriage island. This hotel on my right, where sometimes they had the reception, is Hotel La Contessa. So this is a very popular place here called Marriage Island. Here we call it Old Mills Crossing. Back in the 1800s, it used to be open here. We have a bridge. People used to bring the grain to an old mill by horse and had to cross the river here. So this is known as Old Mills Crossing here now. On my right side right here, coming to the right, is the Westin Hotel. Okay, 1997. I kind of like this part of the river walk because the river kind of opens up here a little bit. You can have a more sense of space here. I'm going to get you here to the shade. As much shade I can find, guys, because I have my own motives. And the reason is so the sun doesn't blind you. Right, this is a Gothic architecture. The building is called the Tower Light Building. And if you guys look way up there, where the flag is flying, you can see the big old gargoyle heads sticking from the top of the building that look like lion heads. You guys see the gargoyles? Okay, now, right here, look, same wall, right here, but down here, down by the windows, they have a bunch of heads and faces. Show it to your friends, if you see one, right there, yeah, right there where the man is pointing. You guys see the heads and faces? Some of them have a funny looking smile there, right there. A lot of people come here and they say, oh my God, they look kind of creepy, so we call it the creepy looking heads. And on my right side right here, there's an old building that we came here through the Efforts of Conservation. This is called the Homewood Hotel by the Hilton. They back from the 1900s when the building used to be called the San Antonio Drug Complex. This building in front of you guys, I'm sorry, I cannot keep you from the sun, but that building in front of you with the green roof, that's called our courthouse. It's called the Bear, like a bear. Bear County Courthouse, which is considered to be the oldest working courthouse in Texas. Guys, look behind my back right here for a second. You guys can see outside this beautiful building. It is octagonal inside the building. It might be the only of this type left in the United States. It was designed and created by a father and son architects back in the 20s. The last name were Ages and Ages. At that time, the river used to make an island here called Bowens Island. Okay, I'm going to make a right turn, and if you guys don't mind looking right here, left and south, the San Antonio River goes south from here all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, and this sidewalk right next to us, this is part of the river walk that leaves the downtown here. Let me turn a little bit so you guys know where I'm from. Until it reaches 4 of the 5 San Antonio missions. The river also goes south from here all the way to the Gulf of Mexico, where it joins another river from Texas called the Guadalupe River. They get together and they enter into a bay called the Bay of San Antonio, 140 miles in length. The city developed a system of floodgates, locks and channels that we can close and open to control the water level here even during heavy rains. Guys, look over here. These are the famous love locks. People that are in love, they put the name of the locks and they put their names in the locks, and then they throw the keys to show the love for the person. I'm not sure what happened to the combination lock though. That might be a different story. But look guys, look over here. Someone in the last couple of days came here and they put a big old bicycle lock right there. That's a lot of lock right there. So anyway, if you guys can look over here on my left side is our main plaza. The main plaza was established in 1731, oldest municipality in Texas. We have a beautiful church. It's called San Fernando Cathedral. The cathedral was built by 26 families that came from the Canary Islands, Spain, back in the year of 1718. Right here on my left, in case you guys want to come back and visit San Fernando Cathedral. The cathedral opened the doors in 1738. It's considered to be one of the oldest working cathedrals in the United States at this point. Right here guys, in front of you, the cypress, they call it a Montezuma cypress. You see it more often in the northern part of Mexico. It's believed to be the oldest cypress here. It's estimated to be around 300 or so years old and about 9 stories high. Alright, I'm going back to flow gate number 3, right here. This flow gate here in our city. After 7 days of raining in the northern part of our city, a wall of water came through here 9 feet on top of the streets and bridges. They say that when the flow waters came through here, they were so strong that the flow waters pushed this big tree right here into the wall of this restaurant called Bella. Right here, you guys see on top of these little round tables right here, look behind me, right here, right there. There is a big tree coming from the middle of the wall. Legend goes that the tree and the roots were pushed by the force of the flood in 1921, and that's the way the big tree has been coming in and out since then. On my right here, this long balcony is the oldest bar that we have here. It's called the Squire. The Squire opened in 1933, a couple of days after Prohibition ended in the United States. On my left side right here is the Drury Inn Hotel. And if you guys can look inside, Mayan Gardens, we call it the Aztec Theater. The Aztec Theater opened in 1926 at the Silent Movie House. Beautiful theater inside, all kinds of sculptures from the Aztec and Maya period. The theater was redone in the 80s and they made it into a concert hall. We used to have here in Texas a very popular singer. Her name was Selena. Selena Quintanilla was killed in Corpus Christi. They made a movie about her life with Jennifer Lopez. They used this little bridge right here in front of you to make part of the movie with Jennifer Lopez. So this bridge became very popular. Nowadays it's called the Selena Bridge, where a lot of couples come here to get married or engaged. Right here in top of my head. On my right here, this is the Moncada Hotel and Spa. It's housed in an old building called the Frank Saddle Building. They used to be making saddles here at one point with United States Cavalry, Theodore Roosevelt road riders. On my left right here, on my left side is the beautiful La Mansión del Rio Hotel. La Mansión dates back from the 1800s. We used to have here a law school that is called St. Mary's University Law School until 1966 when they went to the west part of San Antonio. This is a very busy part of the Rio Water here. There's a few blocks. You guys want to see an optical illusion of a wall? It's going to be on the other side of the bridge, guys. If you guys don't mind, look over here. Look, guys. Left and straight up to the sky. You should see a wall that way. You guys ready? Okay, here we go. 1, 2. And if you guys are looking up, right here, you should be facing a wall about right now, right there. This is a triangular shaped building. It's called the Dix Hospital. That when you look at it from the side, it can give you the optical illusion of looking at a wall in 1930, 27 stories high. What do you think? So this is a very busy part of the Rio Walk here. We have all kinds of restaurants and stores here. On my right side right here, we got the Hard Rock Cafe. To the left is Joe's Crab Shack. If you guys want to have some Italian food, right here, on my right side we got Paisano's Italian Restaurant. If you guys like motorcycles, top of Paisano's, and the second floor is Harley Davidson stores. There is another restaurant right here. On my left side is called Landry's. Landry's, they sell seafood and steaks. I'm pretty sure about that because it says so right there in the window. And if you guys look straight ahead, this is the Hyatt Regency Hotel. If you guys walk across the Hyatt Regency, they'll take you right to the other side to the island. So if you guys want to go visit the island, all you have to do is walk inside the Hyatt Regency. They got a beautiful lobby, and we'll take you right to the other side to the island. Right here. On the right here, guys. On the right side, this brick building with the Texas flag. We call it the Casino Club Building of 1927. This is one of the few buildings here that they made the top of floors of the building into private apartments. The bottom a restaurant called Salt Grass. It's called Casino Club Building because back in the 20s and 30s, the high society of San Antonio used to meet in this building. They used to throw big old casino parties, big old parties. You guys want to see the rainforest? Right here, on the left side right there. You're going to see a big old green door, so the Rainforest Cafe. Right here. This is a very busy part of the Rio Walk. We call it the River Square. Most of the restaurants are here. Yes, my friend, we do have a CVS pharmacy here. And if you guys want to buy souvenirs, right here on my right, we got a place called the Buy and Dine general store right here. Buy and Dine right here. They sell just about everything there. Okay, let me show you guys something right here. You guys can look over here, on the right here. You see this little round balcony right here in this corner? Along the edge of the balcony, you can see the words Hoffman, an architect. Right here in 1941, the architect that created the Rio Walk came here and opened his business. Robert Hoffman opened the Rio Walk in 1941. That's when they finished construction. Mr. Robert Hoffman studied architecture at the University of Texas in Austin. I'm sorry. The start of the boat, keep on walking that way past all the restaurants on the other side.